Hello, good people. It is 1:17 on April 16th, and you have an afternoon rant coming in. Okay. I am pissed all the time. Super, super, super pissed. And it ain't getting better. Um, but first and foremost, I just saw, just now, when I was in the bathroom, I was looking at Instagram, and I'm like, I just happened to look on it, and there was a variety story saying that Polly from Peaky Blinders died, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not. You're not gonna hear me talk about actresses a lot, even if I talk about movies and stuff. Yeah, I have favorites here and there, but generally speaking, I guess when you watch movies and stuff, because the movies have been the way they are, you either get girls acting like, Sense and Sensibility and crap that has nothing to do with me, or, you get Captain Marvels that are supposed to be strong women but really are just persnickety Barbies. And, so it's hard for me to really like a lot of, not necessarily female actresses, but characters. And, I mean, she was badass on that show. Helen McCrory, I think her name is. I don't want to say it wrong, but I don't know what happened, and that's really sad. She just seems so badass. I always forget that she was also in Harry Potter. She's one of the Malfoys, but she's so pretty, so badass. I don't know what happened. I'll find out later on, but I just, the day has been terrible, and then seeing that, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because I tell you, I keep thinking the bad guys are winning. If the people who are cool, the people who are strong, they're leaving, I don't know why I still got to be here. So, to her family and friends and fans, I feel lousy about that. She really seemed like a cool chick. Um, what else? So the other crap that I'll do another story to try to transition. This was a cool story. It's not a cool story. It's cool to me. So as I'm angry all the time, it's because I have a lot of stuff to think about. We're all under stress and everything's a nightmare, you know. But I went to Burger King again because, like I said, this is the normalcy. This is the things that I used to do. This is, just the sitting down, and I didn't even finish it. But it's just the sitting down and staring out the window, sitting in a booth, looking out the window, thinking my thoughts. You know, that's my thing. If I won billions and billions of dollars, I would want to go to a diner, sit in a booth, at most hang around with people and chit chat. You know, so being totally poor or totally rich would not change that. That would be one of my things. So I'm in Burger King, and I'm sitting down, and I like to. I'll have like paper or something. I bring index cards so I don't have to carry a big notebook around. So I have my index cards and a pen, and I leave it there. And then, like other more dainty people will journal. I just scribble stuff down. So it was 11:06 because I write down the time. It was 11:06. I was in Burger King, and I just sat down. Once I got all my food laid out, and I'm just. A lot of times when I decompress, the fear and stress and anxiety that I'm holding in wants to pop out. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, I just want to scream, like, right? So I'm like, I feel like screaming. So right on the index card, sometimes I just want to scream. In the middle of writing, sometimes just that little amount on the radio, all of a sudden, Sting starts screaming. And I said to myself, you gotta be kidding me. Because this happens to be my favorite Police song, Synchronicity 2. And the fact is, him screaming when I'm saying I want to scream and I can't do it. And the song is Synchronicity, which is exactly what that is. It's a synchronicity that I'm writing that. And it's my favorite song from the Police, not Sting, but from the Police. And Sting has been one of these people who, when I was a kid, he's one of my gurus in that I would listen to his songs and take the message from them and live by them. Like Free Free, Set Them Free is probably one of the first ones that I said to myself, oh, okay, here's a philosophy to live by. If they don't want you, let them go. And if they never come back. So here, in the moment me wanting to scream, losing my mind, but quiet on the outside, one of my gurus starts screaming for me right here in this Burger King, and it's a synchronicity, which is insane. So that And I will do a topic on that later on because I got so much to rant about right now. So I'm freezing right now. My feet are freezing. My hands are freezing. They've been saying it was going to snow, well, rain, maybe snow today, right? They've been saying that for a few days. So it was raining last night. I wake up this morning, it's raining. But I wanted to go out early. If I don't go out early, I feel like my day's ruined because, when you don't work for a long time, you could really just lay there. And years and years and years ago, I just got in the habit of being like, if I don't leave the house by 10 o'clock, that's it. The day's shot. So, and if I leave and come back, I get more done in the house. If I just stay and, leave later, I don't get anything done. So I wanted to leave early. And I'm looking outside. I'm like, it's pouring rain. Your umbrella barely works. Like, some of the spokes are off and everything. I'm like, but I want to go. My intuition's telling me to go. And I've got to follow my intuition. Even though it goes, pss, 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 and it's not clear. I'm like, all right, I'm going. So, my intuition, which I could not distinguish from having a thought, says, put on a hoodie. And some part of me went, no. I had seen the weather right before I left. Now, this is not the weather saying all week, oh, it might snow. This is the girl. And I'm looking at the damn radar. And I can see that it's blue in Connecticut. And it's green in Rhode Island. And it's all coming this way, right? Well, to you, it would look like this. All right, so I'm like, okay, it looks like it could do something, but no part of my mind is putting together snow means cold. So I have already decided against wearing a hoodie. I'm watching the thing, looking at it, and the weather lady, this is not my fault, the weather lady, like 7, 8 o'clock this morning goes, okay, so wherever it's snowing, it's going to turn to rain, so that means to me it's going to get warmer, or, because of the heating of the day, which obviously is not summer, it's not that kind of heating of the day, but the idea is like, okay, because, it's not nighttime no more, the snow should be changing to rain. So I'm like, okay, I look outside, it's not snowing here, so that means it's rain already. It must be going to stay rain. So I go, I jump a couple buses. No, I'm jumping buses is not so bad because I'm not walking a long time. Then, I'm walking. When I went to Burger King, I got off at, at Walmart, which is near the Burger King, and I went there first because I needed some hot dog buns. So I got the hot dog buns, and then I went to Burger King. From Walmart to Burger King, I'm like, what's this white shit? It's snowing, and all of a sudden it's windy, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm cold now. And in this ear, because this is where the wind was coming from, this ear starts to freeze. And I'm like, asshole, the hoodie told you to put it on. But no, you just decided not to. And now you're in the snow. This ear is going to fall off. Meanwhile, you normally wear hoodies unless it's too hot. Even when it gets to be like spring, you leave the jacket and you wear a hoodie. This time you wear the jacket. I've been wearing the jacket without the hoodie because of pockets. But honestly, I needed the hood. And I'm just getting blown around and pissed off. And that's why by the time I got to Burger King and everything else in my life, I was like, I should be calm and peaceful now because I made it here and I'm not getting snowed on. But then I wanted to scream. There's this thing story. Then the point was I had to go pick up something from Staples after because my printer died a long time ago. It didn't die, but it doesn't work that great. So I didn't want to buy a new one, and I don't print on it because I don't have any ink. So it's just cheaper on the rare occasion I need to print something out to send it to Staples and then go pick it up. Every time I go, it's not ready or they haven't sent me the thing and I have to ask them for it even though it's sitting there. I never get the confirmation because I usually do the express delivery, which means instead of getting there 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're supposed to pick it up around after 11. So I go there and it's 11. It's after 11. 11:30 or something like that. It's like 11:30 or something like that. So I go in. I can't see see, my glasses are fogged up because I ended up having to wear a stupid mask instead of my bandanas that I usually wear because I forgot to squish them out and hang them up to dry, so they're all wet. So I had to grab one of the papery masks like everybody wears, right? So my glasses are all fogged. I'm like walking around, crossing streets with fogged up glasses, right? So I go to Staples. I'm trying. It's one page, 2 sides, 38 cents, right? So I go in there and I'm like, can I get it? And then I'm like waiting for just to pay this 38 cents. Which, okay, yeah, maybe I should have just paid it online, whatever. It shouldn't be difficult to give somebody 38 cents. So I'm waiting. They're like, oh, they'll cash you out when she's done with this guy. And I'm like, okay. And this guy is like writing a check. And they're doing all kinds of stuff. And she's just standing there like this. But I guess she already half put it in the cash register, computer machine, whatever. So she has to wait till he's done doing whatever the hell he's doing. And I'm just standing there. And I'm like, I don't want to miss the bus. I don't want to stand in the freezing cold and have my ear completely fall off. So I should just be able to pay 38 cents and leave, right? So I'm standing there and I'm like, can I just pay this at the regular cash register? Oh yeah, go ahead. She says, oh yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, I wouldn't have asked her nicely if I didn't already know. I need her to give me the printout piece of paper that says, gets like a scan, because you can't just pay for things. It has to be scanned. Fucking ridiculous, right? So, you know how much easier life was before everything had to be done by fucking computer and scan this and scan that shit? Anyways. So, I'm like, I'm going to walk over there. Waste time walking over there. This lady, I'm going to say, tell the lady, I need the scan paper, right? And she's going to say, yeah. So I get over there. She's going to call her to find out what the SKU number thing is. And I'm like sitting there. She's like, oh, they're going to print it and bring it over. So now she's going to print it and bring it over. Do you know how long it's taken me to pay 38 cents? And you know, this isn't, there's like 5 people in there standing around doing nothing. But none of us can get dealt with because there's only one computer where they know how to cash you out for a printer. I don't know. And I'm just standing there and I'm like, you know what? And I just took my paper and I put down 40 cents and I left. And I'm not like that normally. But I'm like, I can't take anything anymore. Oh, because I was already pissed off from everything else. And I was thinking about the bad guys winning. And I can't look at a celebrity without them pissing me off anymore. Because everything's about money. I've already talked about how much I hate everybody and everything. I'm losing it. I can't be in this world. This world is driving me crazy. Every time I turn around, it's some of this stupid bullshit. This is like my 58th thing where I'm complaining about money. Yeah, I don't have any money. And that's probably why I'm complaining about it. But, as I said, I still believe that money is evil. And the quest for money is evil. And that's what makes everything bad. And I believed that this pandemic was going to not reset money in the way they wanted to, but not their agenda or anybody's agenda. I thought that going through a global pandemic would set people straight and make people understand that, yeah, you need money to survive, but it's not what life's supposed to be about. All the people that died, everything that we've gone through, I told you it's about money, because the reason they shut things down was to protect themselves from liability. Okay? That wasn't to make anybody healthy or stop anybody from dying. That was to protect them from getting sued if people went into their establishments and got sick. You know, because they don't want to get sued for negligence and have people get millions of dollars out of them because their grandma, you know, went to a basketball game and died from COVID after somebody else breathed on her. You know, all the economic stress, all of us that are in bad shape economically, before the pandemic, because of the pandemic, impacted greatly by the pandemic, made worse by the pandemic. It is because of money. And we're losing our minds. And then the people who have money are losing their minds to make more money. Because I think they think it's over too, and they want to have as much as they possibly can to protect themselves going into the future. But it's driving me freaking crazy because I'm so sick of money. I hate that shit. And I just wish that I didn't need it. I've never been able to make it. I am not a person who make money. Like I said, I might as well be allergic to it. Even when I had a job, all the jobs I had, they never paid me enough to cover my bills. And I always try to find a better job, and it never happened, because every time I got a little bit better job and I said, okay, I can pay my bills, something would happen. I would have more expenses. I hate that shit. And I really thought that the universe was going to, with everything going on, earthquakes and all the horrible shit that was happening, even before the pandemic happened, you could see that things were getting apocalyptic, right? All the forest fires, all the crap that was happening, all the shootings, all the stuff. It was end times already. So things should have been set right. Truth and justice and the American way should have been what happened, not people shilling and trying to make more money and leveraging their fans against their own bank account to make money for themselves and be totally devoid of any human decency just to make more and more and more money. So when I keep seeing this and I'm still at the bottom, I can't magically make money. I can't magically do what everybody else does. But I know that it'll fucking disappear because the camel and the needle and heaven and the rich man. I 100% believe that. You know, we talked about Bernie Madoff. We talked about all these people. I so happen to always leave the TV on NBC. That the show that comes on, what is it, Days of Our Lives? I don't even know. I'm looking at this man. He's the worst actor I've ever seen. And I don't watch the show. I just, every once in a while, I leave the TV on, it's on, and he's there. And 40 years or more, this guy's been, and God bless him, he's hanging in there. He has been on this show for so long. And he can't act his way out of a paper bag, and he's had a good life and a good career, and good for him. Good for him. I'm not joking. I'm not being sarcastic. That's awesome. You know, I don't know his name. I know the character's name. I'm not saying it because it's kind of obnoxious what I'm saying, but he's really been a terrible actor for all this time, and he really made a life out of it, and that's great. That's really great. I wish I had the confidence to show up and suck and not care. Oh my God, this world. I thought this rant was going to be longer. I know I must have missed like 15 things I was going to be pissed about. Unless I got them all in because I was talking so fast. But anyway, I will maybe come back and talk about synchronicity. I will maybe talk about something else later on. I do not know. I totally screwed myself up last night with the videos. I did a reaction to Manifest, but there's no audio on it because I don't know that you need to plug in your microphone, dude. 4 videos. I feel bad because I really don't even know what I said. But this is why I'm like, the universe is smacking me and kicking me in the face anyway. It doesn't agree with me, then why do I think this shit? Why am I pissed? I just want to not be pissed anymore. I just don't want it to be like this anymore. I mean, if I like won the lottery and then just was able to have an existence where I didn't have these problems anymore and I could just isolate myself and just watch streaming shit and never have to worry about another bill and just never have to deal with another human being again. You wouldn't hear the shit from me. I would just leave everybody the hell alone and let them leave me alone And maybe I would pay people to talk to me in a cafe sometime. You know, just because, like I said, we're wired for human interaction, which is really obnoxious when you get forced into situations like this. But yeah, I'm pissed. I rant. I guess I'll put timestamps on this. Anybody who ever wants to say anything or wants to talk about something, feel free to leave a comment. You know, just don't tell me obvious shit like I'm fat and ugly, because I already know that. You want to discuss something, go right ahead.